Skullgirls. Oh my god. Skullgirls. My god. Jeez. So I guess I never played this one. I think this one came out in like 2011, right? I remember it coming out in the PS2, PS3 era. When was it? Ah, 2012. 2012. So this was like, you know, 2 or 3 years before the PS4 and with their wave of fighting games. But it was like an independent game that was made using Marvel mechanics. So it's got Marvel mechanics like Marvel 2. Interesting small but interesting characters, a lot of references, and of course good online, GGPO, rollback netcode. So it's very good. And of course, not to mention like beautiful and bouncing waifus at first launch, but now we added like guys in there, so that's good. That's good. Otherwise it would just be like a queen fest. Of course, fighting game tutorials is, you know, smoot. Like, there are some things like, oh, I already know this, I know how to move. But, you know, for some people that like never played a fighting game before, or have yet to like play a fighting game, I love the FGC but never played a fighting game before, like, this will be like the tutorial that, you know, gets that for you. Other fighting game tutorials do it very well, like Guilty Gear. It's very fun, you know, tutorial segment because it plays like a mini game. This one plays like, you know, you're gonna like learn about fighting game mechanics, so you have to like learn how to play in order to play this game, you know. So anyway, let's see. First couple of steps are like, you know, movement and shit. Told you, like movement and shit. Yep, y'all know about moving. There you go, just like movement and shit. Yeah. These are kind of like the monotonous things of FGC, you know, tutorials. They always give like, you know, movement, you know, move with the L stick or like shit like that. Just, you know, should be very easy, but like I said, there are some people that never played a fighting game before. So this will be just like, you know, showing you how to move with an arcade stick, like mine. Like, this is how you move, chat room. Well, it's in the menu, but this is like how you move. And in the controller or in the pad, like, let me see. It's better easier with like pad or like controller. This is like how you move with like the L stick. 8-way axis. Most in all modern day fighting games, up, down, left, right, and all like the diagonals, stuff like that. Again, very monotonous. It's basic to like move, such as this as well, but we forget to blocking. There you go. See, I already forgot. Like, I didn't read the full instructions. Oh, shit. Blocking high attack. So, there are characters in the game, or just like in any game in general, that will have like high attack properties. Like, hit like at your face, you know. So, in order to like, you know, mitigate this, or in order to avoid this, you can either jump up or like evade, or you can just like hold just back to block. Like that, you know. And of course, there's also another type of block, which is low block, and that's only if the opponent does low attacks, like low kick, low short, low jab, low fierce, things like that. And in order to do that, you have to hold down back on the controller or stick. Down back. If you're on the reverse side, you hold down back or down forward. Down forward if you're on the opposite direction. There you go. And overheads. So overheads are... Oh, we skipped like the overhead section. So overheads are special types of attacks. Like, if you know in Street Fighter, it's like Ryu has forward medium punch, which is like he arcs his punch down. So this one is that if you are crouching low block and Ryu does that punch, it will hit his head, hit the character's, dome, and will get a free combo or a free hit. That's what's called an overhead. And overheads can be, mitigated if you block back or just hold back. Just hold back. Like this. But since it's an overhead, it looks like, it hits low. But it actually hits high. So if you block low, the opponent will use an overhead, registering as a high attack. That's what's called like an overhead, because it's overarching your dome. So there are different types of fighting games out there, chat, that will say it's like a 4-button fighter or a 6-button fighter. Skullgirls is a 6-button fighter. So what that means is that you have 3 types of attacks for punches and for kicks. So you have light, medium, heavy punch and light, medium, heavy kick. In older games, you would have like jab, strong, fierce, and short, mid, roundhouse. Roundhouse. I forgot what the like medium kick in old school fighting game terminology is, but yeah, it's like 3 punches, 3 kicks, from light to heavy for both. And that's what half of fighting games follow by. There are some that are 4-button fighters, like Marvel, which is light, medium, heavy, and special. Well then, of course, Marvel's all about assist, so that's a 6-button fighter, my bad. KOF is a 4-button fighter. Light punch, heavy punch, light kick, medium kick. So 2 punches, 2 kicks. That's a 4-button fighter. Games like Skullgirls, games like Marvel, games like Dragon Ball Fighters, they're all 6-button fighters. And there are some weird cases like 5-button fighters, like Guilty Gear. There are other 4-button fighters like Tekken. Tekken is a good example. It's a 4-button fighter. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Left, right punch, left, right kick. And same thing for Injustice. Front, back punch, front, back kick. 1, 2, 3, 4. That type of stuff. So that's like how 6-button and 4-button, 5-button even fighting games are, said. So this is just showing you how to use like buttons. And it's all like, in your button system. Like, which buttons do you prefer your attacks to be? Parasol. And crouching, shit like that. There you go. All that stuff. Hey, Miguel's online. So dashing is in games like fighters and all sorts. Well, most fighting games. And either you do like forward, or if you press two buttons together to come out as a dash. You know. And what dashing does is that instead of walking to your opponent or like holding forward, you can just like dash to like quickly close in on your opponent. Or if you're back dashing, you can quickly evade the opponent. Some characters will even run if you hold a direction after dashing. So some characters have run, like Samurai Showdown shit. There you go. I use forward because, you know, that's what my dumbass brain is. But that's how like dashing works. Shit like this. So you can see how my buttons are on the screen. Can y'all see my buttons? Yep, you can. And some games will have double jumps. So double jump is like you input up in the air, you put input up in the air, and then you could jump a second time. So I'll show you here. There you go. There you go. Simple as that, right? Nothing too hard. This game plays like anime fighter. So like fighters. So you'll start to see some little bit of resemblances here and there. Next we have super jump. So if you tap down and then up, like down and then up, down and then up, down and then up, chat room. Then you could go for a hyper jump, and you could quickly go up in the air without doing a double jump. So I'll show you. Down and then up. There you go. What a maroon. Alright. Like I've been saying, very monotonous stuff. But these are actually fundamental to how you play. Special attacks. So, this is where the hard part, and that's where like most people, you know, fall off fighting games. How to do motions. So special attacks are the same thing as saying how to do motions, and motions derive from like Street Fighter 2. So you always see characters do like fireballs, like projectiles, you know, stuff like that, right? Fighting games call them special attacks or special motions. So you input a specific directions on your stick or pad. There you go. And press it along with a button, any attack button, or a specific attack, or a specific button, and you'll get a special move for that character. Reuse fireballs, and each character's is different. Quarter-circle forward, quarter-circle back, Shoryuken. This one for Skullgirls, it will show you right here in the following. Quarter-circle back with kick, so that's down, down forward, down back, and then back. I did it too late, so if you do it too slow, then you're not going to get the special move to come out. You have to do it fast. You have to do it fast. Like that. I have to do it fast, because that's how the game, you know, treats a special move. You can't do it like slow, like how I was doing earlier. You have to do it very succinct and timed. That's how you do special moves. And if you have a move that's like, the same move, the same special, but different, have the same move for all different types of attack, whether it be a punch or kicks, then you get certain properties. Like, if you do a fireball, if you do the light one, it will come out slow. Medium, average speed. Heavy, fast. That's what it means by like attack properties here, or special attack strength. Some characters will have speed, some characters will have damage output, while other characters will have, you know, location. Here is a good example, like Philia's Ringlet Spike. That's the light one, so it's close to Philia. And the heavy one is mid distance. Well, medium is mid distance, while the heavy is far. There you go. And when you land moves or specials during a combo in a fighting game, you get meter. And meter is a tool that you use to use supers or ultras, level 1s, level 3s. If you press if you use a motion, if you input a motion and a button, or a combination of 2 buttons or 3 buttons, you'll get an ultra or super depending on what buttons you press and what motion you do. So I'll show you here. Quarter circle back with 2 kicks. There you go. And that's all about motions and special moves. But like I said, these are like, you know, hard basics to come across, especially with like new players. I had to teach my boy Jerry about how to use like motions, and I was like showing him how to use like motions. Anytime I show like a friend or like a colleague of mine how to use motions, they never get it. Like quarter circle back, quarter circle forward, you know, those types of stuff. They never get that. It's just, you know, that hard on them. Considering that most of my friends play like Smash, which is just, you know, one motion and a special. That's it. Side special, up special. No need for execution. Things like that. Very like very much like that, you know. It's just very hard to like teach motions to people. Alright. So in versus games, in 3v3 or 2v2, you get something called tagging. And tagging is if you have like a 3-man squad, if you want to tag out, then you could tag out for a certain character that you want to tag in. So in this one, character tag 2, medium punch, medium kick. So there's no assist buttons like a Marvel game. You have to like use the 6 face buttons that you have. Kind of like Marvel 2, but not like Marvel 3. So character 2. That's your character 2, Philia. There you go. And these are your assists. Ooh, we dropped down to 1. Alright, that's just me, but I'll continue along. So it's just me now. So assists, ensemble attacks. So these are like technically your assists, and assists are like you know, short attacks from a character in your team background, and those just like help you out for a little bit and then peace right out. These are there to like inflict pressure or like set your character up, all sorts of variety. All sorts of variety that you can have. So for this game, you just have to, again, you have to rely on the 6 face buttons. There's no assist button. That's what you like have to do. And this is another technique that's also crucial in fighting games. So this is snapbacks, and snapbacks is um, if an opponent has a character that's low health and they tag in, you know, a very strong health character, you can pretty much pressure them or get a combo, and you can do quarter circle forward, character 1, character 2, respective to what, you know, the opponent's UI is, and you could bounce, and you could like snap back or snap out the current character and bring back the character that you just dealt damage to with low health. So I'll show you how to like perform this. Quarter circle forward with medium punch, medium kick. Stuff like that. It's super effective. Super effective. Now this is where a lot of people struggle with against, like, a lot of dudes struggle with against other dudes that know what the fuck is up. Mix-ups. So mix-ups is that especially in this game, people can go high and low on your strings, and it's your job to, like, you know, be on task with that. So you have to see what attacks they're doing and be ready to block. So when their attack is, like, you know, they're hitting you on high or mid, they'll suddenly go low and continue to block string to, like, mid. And if you're not ready, you'll be caught off guard and eating a combo to your face. If you are prepared, then you could just, like, see what the opponent is doing and then crouch block. It's a very nuanced concept that you learn when you play a fighting game, but if you're not ready, or if you're not used to, like, handling it a lot, then you are gonna get screwed. High-low mix-ups. There you go, high-lows. Something in, like, Mortal Kombat, 50-50s. You're gonna be taking a high attack or a low attack because that's what the character, you know, does. Yeah, see, I like... There you go. Oh god. Itchy my nose. Oh god. Ow. There you go. There you go. Ah, there you go. See, like I've been showing you, it's not easy to, like, you know, block a mix-up, you know. There you go. Yeah. There you go. Ugh. God damn. There you go. Lucky. Just have to get used to it, you know, more times than plenty. More times than plenty to like react to low mixes, like high low, feints of mixes, you know, shit like that. And if you're good enough at the game, if you're good enough at the game, that's how people if you're good enough at the game, that's how you can trip people up. Get them off guard. Like do like a light attack. What will be the mix? Are you gonna go for a high or a low, or are you gonna continue with the low string and catch them off guard? You know. Hey, mommy. Yeah, something like that. All right. Recovery and block stun. Unsafe attacks. So these are like attacks that, you know, if you throw out like a heavy attack, or if you throw out something that's like very, you know, has a lot of recovery frames, then you could like punish that. Or if you could like punish them earlier if you're very super fast. Things like that. Just let me check on like stream and stuff. Alright. Okay, we're doing okay. Each attack will put the defender in block stun. So when you're guarding attacks, you won't be able to like, you know, react on time because you're at the negative frames. You're minus on block, you're plus on block. Those are things that are like from Mortal Kombat games. And this certainly, you know, a little bit carries over in here. I'm not too sure, but it's the same principle. So when you have like block stun, if you are blocking, you won't be able to like move readily as much as you want. You're gonna have to like be on block for like some time because the attack is still like going. The attack is still leaving you like, oh god, I can't move. When is it done? Shit like that. There you go. So you gotta like know when to punish, and you can't just like punish all the time like Tekken shit. You know, you gotta wait until the string is done, and then you could properly, you know, counter. The counter. Ah, poking. That's very good. Strictly the most safe attacks will protect you against punishment. This tactic is often referred to as poking. So this is something from like Street Fighter types of games, other games like that. So pokes is like what you normally like poke your opponent. But it's better to like if I show you. So if you poke with a character, that means like you're just intentionally doing like light attacks to like not only increase damage, but also keep them out of doing like a strong attack, or keep them out if you're doing like you're doing like a super or something like that, something along those lines. Chat room. I forget like the formal definition of it, but you know that's how like pokes work in fighting games. There you go. Those are pokes. It's nothing! That's what like pokes are. They're very good, like offensive tool and also a pressure tool. High-low mix. So this is where you have to do high-low mixes yourself. You can't just do like straight lows or like straight highs. You have to mix them up to get them off guard. So if I do shit like that, there you go. There you go. Some characters will have like mixes into overheads, will combo into overheads, so you gotta like be careful about those. Like this is pretty sneaky. Normally you wouldn't block that, but if this works, it leads to free combo. Oh god. Ow. Stuff like that. There you go. That's how you do mixes on the offensive side. Incredible! I'll be uploading this up on YouTube, so that way people can like learn how to play fighting games. Chat room, from my expertise, albeit very little, not something like the top tier fighting game streamers, but this will be a good idea. This will be like a good idea if you want to like see someone that's like very in-depth explanation sort of thing. Throws, LP, LK. Some games have like a throw button, like MKX, like Mortal Kombat games. Some Some games will have forward heavy punch forward heavy attack as a throw, like Marvel and stuff. And some games are like classic, but still carry over to the modern day, like light punch and light kick. And if you press them together, you'll get a throw. And this only works if you're close to the opponent, not far, unless it's like a command throw. And a command throw is like a special type of move in which you can grab an opponent that acts like a special move. Like Hagar shit. Like Hagar shit. There you go. Poke and throw. So this is something in Guilty Gear. So this is a technique called tick throws. Basically, you poke with your light punch or light kick, move forward a little bit, and when you get them in range, you can throw. There you go. That's how you do tick throw. That's how you do tick throws, chat room. Something in Guilty Gear and most other fighting games. Throw breaking. Now, if the opponent throws you, and if you're fast enough, you can do throw breaks. And that's light punch, light kick. Same as what we were doing before, just in a defensive manner. Sometimes it's hard. There you go. The opponent is just gonna throw you. You can see like the frames in which they're throwing you. You get like a small minute thing if all they do is just throw you. But if they do mix-ups, then that's gonna be troublesome. Something like that. I wasn't ready for it. There you go. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it, chat room. I saw the break. Oh, God. Now, this is the important thing in, especially Skullgirls. We were just learning, like, basic and nuanced fighting game terminology and execution patterns. Now we're gonna get to actual patterns, where you have to, like, remember what the character does and how he or she does, and that's combos. And this is something in, Street Fighter, MK, Skullgirls, Marvel, Guilty Gear, all types of fighting games. All types. There isn't one fighting game, except for independent ones like Dive Kick, where you just literally dive kick, that doesn't have combos. Every fighting game has combos in their system, and this game is no exception. So, basic one, Paracells HP. Shit like that. And the best thing about combos is that it's not just extended to, like, just chain combos from your normal buttons. You can also combo from specials, or in this case, normals. Pop quiz. And you could, like, chain multiples of the same button, sometimes 2-3 times, and you can still get the combo. So that's what, like, combos are, chat room. Skipping forward in chain, so you can, like, So this is all about that you can intentionally like cut off parts of the combo and it will still register as a combo as long as it's done right. So in here they say LP, LK, MP, MK, and HK. So I'll show you here. That's how you do like a combo with mix buttons. But be warned, sometimes, you know, combos like that don't work out properly. Sometimes you have to cut out parts of a combo in order to like benefit yourself. If the hit stun pushes them like hella back, then what you gotta do is take away a part of a move and, you know, replace it with something else like HK instead of MP. Mix combos. There you go, that's how you combo. So, canceling normals into, like, special attacks. So they show you over here. So that's how you, cancel normals into, that's how you cancel special attacks. And same thing for supers. There you go. Canceling specials into blockbusters. Oh, okay. You also cancel specials into supers. And let's put them all together. Chain series, special, and then super. There you go. That's how you do combos, Chad. And there will be some advanced combos that guys who play this game or any other like fighting game will put up on social media, YouTube, whatever. And they can create their own combos to not only optimize but also look stylish as hell. So combos have like a coolness to them and a stylish approach to them and an execution for them. Can't just like press buttons and, you know, let that be that. Let that be that, because otherwise if you're just like, oh, I just smash buttons, you know, you're not really learning how to play the game. You're just like playing to survive. You're not really invested. Of course, you're like, if you mash, sometimes you win, you get lucky. But sometimes I want to look cool. Sometimes I want to put these things, you know, like fucking together. That's what combos are for. And if you learn, and if you like take the time, sit down, like play your favorite fighting game, learn how to do combos, then you can see that like, holy crap, I can do a combo now. Holy shit, this is fucking crazy. That's what got me into Marvel. That's what got me into fighting games, like, as a personal level. Because I want to do cool looking shit. Launchers. So launchers, these are specific types of buttons that characters do. So, for Philia's case, if you do standing HP, standing heavy punch, close to an opponent, you literally launch them into the air. And when you launch them, you could jump in front of them and do like attacks or do air combos. I'll show you what I mean. You can do air combos like that. Something even better. There you go. And shows you how to special cancel. There you go. Wave dashing. That's a little bit of a in-depth step. There you go. So that's how you do a launcher into air combo, chat. Albeit they're very more advanced combos in Skullgirls, Skullduggery. But that's how you do combos. Reaction shots. So this is push blocking. Advancing guard. So when you're in a combo string, and if you're like stuck in that, you know, when you're in a combo string and it feels like you're like in this block string like forever, what you can do is that while you're blocking, you can press 2 buttons to like say get off of them, like push them hella back and regain composure. This is something in like Marvel. This is something in versus games, Dragon Ball Fighters, not Grand Blue. Is it Grand Blue? No, not Grand Blue. Blaze Blue, Cross Tag, you know, those types of fighting games. And also Guilty Gear. So I'll show you. That's how you do push block. And this is... I play a lot of the games you just named. Awesome. But again, like, it's, you know, for those that haven't played fighting games. That one gamer, you know. Or just like coming new. Oh, okay, good. Nice. Alright, good. Alright, so this is, like, tech rolls. So... this is something from like Mortal Kombat where like if you get knocked down, Mortal Kombat and other games as well. If you get like knocked down, then you can do like a roll forward or a roll backward. Sometimes it's good to like roll backward because, you know, if you're in like mid-screen, you can like roll back and get away from the opponent. Or you can roll forward to like, you know, mix them up and gain positional advantage. Things like that. So I'll show you. So I didn't do that. I gotta like hold forward. I think I've forgotten how to. There you go. There you go, it's pressing a button. Alright, I forgot. Yeah, there you go. It's press a button. It's not like holding forward or holding back. It's like pressing a button. Okay. There you go. See, like I told you. Alright, good. Jump-ins. Oh, so they're starting with jump-ins. Jump towards the opponent and attacking so that you hit the opponent before you hit the ground will leave you right next to the opponent and hits them. Ah, okay, there you go. So, need I say more? There you go. Stagger. Normally if the opponent cannot be thrown while in hit stun, there's a special type of hit stun known as stagger. Alright, so there are moves that, like, you know, wig out an opponent and leaves you free for, like, a throw. So if you do, like, Cerebellus, it leaves you in a special state called stagger, and that way you can go in for, like, a certain combo. Round we go. Off the ground, so OTGs. So OTGs is like something you pick them off the ground. If you like get them off the ground, they like, you know, levitate a little before they completely, you know, flat, hard knockdown. And so you do off the ground or OTGs to pick them. You literally pick them off the ground and continue the next part of your combo, or do more of that combo. So I'll show you. There you go. Shit like that. That's how you do OTGs.
Just perfect.
So that's how you do OTGs, chat room. You pick them up off the ground and then you continue with a combo string. Alright, blockbuster sequels. Alright, so this is a thing in versus games called DHC, Delayed Hyper Combo. So I would always call it double hyper combo because, you know, that's a little bit more sounding because of the way how it looks. But it's technically called Delayed Hyper Combo. And so what this is that you do a super, and then you do like another super, but you don't do it in the same character. If you have a 3-person squad or a 2-person squad, you can call upon that person's super by inputting their specific super. So if you do shit like that, there you go. So I went with Lilia's multi-hit super, and then I went with Cerebellum's multi-hit super. Quarter circle back, then quarter circle forward. You know? So that's what's called DHC. Hopefully that makes sense. Infinity Breakers. Ah, so this is the thing that, oh god. Fucking mucus stuck my throat, or if I talk too much, it becomes worse. So this game is derived from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and whenever you see or look at Marvel vs. MVC2 combos, they generally have, you know, a thing in common about most characters, and that is infinites. So infinites is like, you open up a person with like a jump in or a mix or anything like that, then you go for specific moves and normals that repeat the process over and over and over again. A clear example would be Cable's Hyper Viper loop. So what Hyper Viper loop is in MVC2 is that you do ground Hyper Viper, then you Tiger Knee, which is like, you know, super dash along with like doing a quarter circle, with doing a motion. Then you do Hyper Viper. Land back down, then Hyper Viper. Go back, Tiger Knee, Hyper Viper. Until you have like 5 bars, that's a dead character. You do stuff. There's also infinites in other games, what is it? Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You do, what was it? Winter Soldier like punch loops, or Black Panther wall cling loops. So, albeit they're loops, but if the game was like unrestrained, you could like do that combo over and over again without the hit stun filling up to like, you know, max, and the combo would be reset. But those are like loops and infinites. Those are like loops and infinites in a nutshell, chat room. They basically abuse certain buttons and certain specials so that it bypasses the game's combo system, and you could just get free damage if you input them correctly. Will be another good example. Will be another good example of that. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Marvel vs. Capcom 3. You have a lot of infinites. Dante DHC infinite. What was the other? Deadpool quick work infinite. Swift as the wind, swift as the wind. If you have like X Factor, you could just like do that whole game if you open them up, and that's really an infinite. And there were no infinite breakers, but this game has that to counter the sort of like, you know, oh, I'm stuck in a long ass combo. When is it going to be done? Combo. So this is what they do. Combos, but they have limits. If you repeat or loop your attacks in a combo, your opponent will break free. When the combo attacks are repeated, the character like glows red, signaling that like, oh, you're doing the same thing, might as well just like get out of it. So I'll show you. There you go.
I'd get a second opinion.
So these are infinity breakers, and so you can do infinity break. So you can do infinites in this game, but be forewarned. It's kind of like, you know, Killer Instinct in a way. Yes, you can do an infinite, but if you keep repeating the same thing over and over again, they'll like break out like a combo break. Wow, it's legit. Wow, it's a combo break. Oh my god, I did not think of that. Let's look at how they're triggered. Infinite Prevention System, or IPS. Combo stages. Alright. There you go. That's just like a starter. Chain of attacks. Okay. Oh god, okay. Stage 4, so they talk about the different stages of like, you know, the Infinite Protection System, or IPS. There you go. So you see? See? This will probably... There you go. There you go. So you can like technically get out of the combo, get out of the infinite, if you just like, you know, back away, do like some other, do like a combo, do like, you know, a normal, and then just like bait out the infinite breaker, and they'll be vulnerable at that. And you... Damn, man, alright. There you go. See how the final jump hits normally? That's because the attack you started with was a counter. Ah, okay. Oh! There you go. So it's pretty much like Dragon Ball FighterZ. You like block and then call in for an assist, and then it will be like an assist attack and assist tag in. Shit like that. Simple, straightforward. It's very good if you want to like call in an invulnerable character assist, as well as tagging in that character and disrupt the combo and disrupt the block string. No prime example is FighterZ. Well, FighterZ is not that much because if you block and then do forward and then assist, you're spending a gauge and calling in that character. And the only he does the character tagged in is the super dash. But in Marvel, if you block and then call in an assist, it'll do that move. It'll still take damage, but it's not gonna be like the same move. It's gonna be that select assist. There you go. Once you know you're in an infinite, you can actually tag in assist call by planet East.
You wish. Don't even try.
Notice how the opponent was able to jump at the same time this time.
Oh, no way.
Okay, so you just get like push block opportunities. It's not really like a special thing called canceling.
Come on, major surgery.
Oh, there you go. Just have to like mash it. Double step. Ow. Okay, so now it's getting very Skullgirls heavy. So you can do a snap. It's very Marvel 3.
Please accept my friend.
There you go. So infinites on main characters have an infinite prevention system, IPS, infinite breakers. But if you catch someone on a happy boo-boo, and catch someone off an assist, then you could just abuse the same abuse the same 2 buttons or 3 buttons, depending on what character you are. And then you could just like kill a character on the side just like right off the bat. So it's not very wise to like just call on a assist just willy-nilly. That way they will be unsafe. And if the opponent knows what you're doing, they could like block that, punish it, and then just like deplete the character's health bar, like delete him from the game. Alright, there you go. We did tutorials. There you go, chat. Well, I hope this was informational. I hope I did the best that I could with explaining how not just like, you know, Skullgirls work, because there are legit parts in that tutorial we were just like going in. It's all a Skullgirl shit. But like the beginning lessons and like all that stuff, it's all basic like fighting game stuff. And I hope it was very informational for you guys. So I would like more people to get into fighting games, more into FGs, because, you know, fighting games are a very niche genre. Not a lot of people like have the time or have the patience to like go into a fighting game and just like, you know, whoop ass. Rather like go for some places like, you know, Smash, because Smash is a very accessible and easygoing fighting game, but a lot of skill level when you master it. But I hope like this shows you how FGs work and why the way they are, you know. And hopefully you guys can like learn some stuff and get into fighting games yourself. Like discover what's your favorite FG. You know, maybe like 9 times out of 10 you'll be influenced by a certain character you see on like social media. And from that particular game, and that's the game you want to like learn and lab in, you know? know? Second is like setting, but who gives a fuck? But the thing about like fighting games, if you want to like get into fighting games first, is that how the visuals look like. How the visuals look like, you know. Does this game look pretty? Is it charming? Is it got characters I can fuck with? You know, like those are the main top reasons for like people getting into like fighting games. Second is like being, you know, if you're a fan of the series, or if you like the mechanics, a lot. That's how like Dragon Ball people got into Dragon Ball Fighters, because for fighters, it had like the main reason is that it looks just like the anime slash manga. Like it looks so good. Like it looks so good, and it's in a fighting game. And a lot of Dragon Ball players before fighters were just like hoping, like, you know, I just want a Capcom style Marvel game, but with Dragon Ball characters in it. And Arc Sys gave them their wish. It looks good because Arc System Works. You know what Arc System Works excels at? Animation. Animation, you know. Animation, they've been doing that their whole lifetime with Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue, Persona, all those games. And once they dabbled with fighters and just upgraded their game to like upgraded their visuals to like 1,000, it got a lot of people like coming in. Like it became, like it got like what, 1 million units sold recently. It hit that milestone from what I can tell. Because, you know, certain characters coming in like Ultra Instinct Goku, Kefla, Jiren, you know, all them DLC characters. And, you know, the game is good. I liked it. I bought it. It's still good. Ran online, but that's another story. Games like MK11, games like Smash, they look good because developers focus on one primary thing, and that's, you know, visuals, you know, how does it look? Whereas in games like, you know, Marvel Infinite, it did not do so well. It was trash because Unreal Engine, characters looking ugly, you know, besides, you know, the combat system, because that's the only merit many people will give that game, is that it's crazy combat. You can tag in anywhere, you can like just actually go. And stones are really powerful. They become like a third character instead of like, you know, an item. All that stuff contribute to like Infinite's, you know, progress, but the visual appeal, the surface level really brought it down. And so it didn't do so well. It got kicked off of Evo. Not a lot of people like just meme it up and regard it as like, oh, it's that trash, you know, visual game. But you know, again, like, it's all about surface level visuals in FG's chat room. If a game or a character looks cool and awesome as hell, then you want to get into that game. You want to get into that fighting game. Because like it fucking looks good. I want to beat people up with this game, you know? And those are like the main reasons. And that'll be pretty much, you know, resonated, you know, here, whoever's, you know, watching this. Like, it's all about visuals, man. That's, you know, that's the main thing. That's like the main thing. Gameplay and online become like, you know, third or second, but for me it becomes like, okay, it looks good, but, you know, how well does it do online? Can I like matchmake a person from someone in like France and just have it be smooth? No, you cannot. I'm like doing Haomaru shit, and it's just not going through. It's just ass.